Hi there, everyone. It's VTuber Johnny from JHRacing, and we're going to do a quick little instructional video on GIMP painting basics. And we're doing this for our iRacing cars. We're going to paint cars. Now, in order to do this, I'm assuming three things. Number one, that you have familiarized yourself with the paint section in the My Content section of iRacing. That's where we download our template. Number two, that you have a Trading Paints Pro account, and that allows you to upload your paints and get them to be displayed in iRacing. And number three, that you have downloaded and installed the GIMP painting program. So first of all, I'm just going to give you a quick screenshot of where you download the template. So you have to be in My Content in iRacing, and you click on Paint Car, and a little box that says Download Template, and we're going to be downloading the template for the NASCAR Next Gen Mustang. So there it is right there. Now we're going to go into GIMP itself, and that's what you've been seeing on the screen. So it is a painting program. You will see up here at the top, and I'll just move the cursor up there, you have all of the different drop downs: File, Edit, Select, View, Image, Layer, Colors, Tools, Filters, Windows, Help, and Tools. Down in that menu, down at Transform Tools, you'll find the Move, Crop, Rotate, Scale. These are all the things we're going to be doing when we are actually painting our car. Now these tools are also found over here. You've got them as little clickable icons. And you can also right-click the painting area right in the center, and you'll see all of those different drop downs appear again. And this is the way I normally do it. I usually go here to get tools, then I go down to transform tools, and then I'll pick what I'm trying to do at that moment. So I usually use the right click method, but you can get it from tools here or click on the appropriate tool over in here in the toolbox. Okay, so we are going to go and open up our template file. So we'll go to File and we'll click Open, and I'll just drag that over so you can see it. And I have all my files organized into a GIMP folder. And in my GIMP folder, I'm going down to Next Gen and Mustang. And you can see right here we have a Ford Mustang Next Gen .psd file. That is the template we've downloaded from iRacing. So I can double click it or click it once and click open, either way. I can also just go into my file explorer and double click the file and click open with GIMP, and it will open that way as well. But this way is pretty easy. Sometimes you'll get little pop-up error messages that are telling you things. Just click OK. You can ignore them. I'm not sure. I'm getting a lot more with this recent version of GIMP. I'm not sure if it's a bug or whatever, but it doesn't seem to affect the painting process if you just say OK on them. Now, what we're going to look at is what's over here on the left side. Now, there's a lot of stuff at the top. I'm not really focusing on that. That's just to put some stickers on in your picture, but we're not doing that. I'm looking at what's in the bottom right. Now we have custom spec map. We're not making a custom spec map. That's more advanced. So you'll have to Google that or go on YouTube and find somebody doing that. We're doing just the basics right now. So the next one is turn off before exporting TGA. TGA is the file extension type that Trading Paints is going to use. Now, what do we turn off? Let's click on this little chevron, open it up. We've got wire, mask, number blocks, sponsor blocks, etc. Right now, the mask is on. So we're going to leave that one on, but anything else we turn on, like the wire or the number blocks, etc., we have to remember to click those off before we export our file. So it's just one little extra thing to remember. If I click off the mask right now, you can see that the whole template sort of goes blue. We don't really know exactly where the sides and the hood and everything are. So we're going to leave that on because that came on already. If we click on the wire, we see the little eyeball shows up. You can see we now have a wire mesh that kind of shows the contours of the car, which is great for placing some of your decals and stickers because you know where the bodywork of the car is going to curve. So that might affect the look of what you're putting on the car. So that's very helpful. I'm going to turn it off for now. I'm going to turn on number blocks and sponsor blocks. So you can see where the numbers are going to go. That's the green, and the pink and the yellow are the sponsor blocks. Now, you're going to be putting on your own decals and sponsors and stickers and things. So you probably don't really need to have that on. You kind of know where they're going to go. You can leave it on if you wish, but I'm going to turn it off for now. But I am going to leave on number blocks because I don't want to put anything that's going to cover up where the number is because that will look strange and funky in my final paint. So I'm going to leave them on just for reference. I just have to remember that I have to turn this off before I export. Okay, the bottom it says paintable area. Let's open that one up. And we've got a whole bunch of things for the car. Nose, rocker, rear, pit box, pit board. And then right at the bottom, there's that blue color. That's the base color that we see right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that base color. I don't want to use that blue color. I want to use the color I've chosen. So I'm going to go to File on the upper left and Open. And I have a folder that I've called Reconnect Next Gen Mustang. Reconnect is the sponsor that I'm using for this particular paint job, and I've put all the things that I want to put on the car, all the colors, stickers, etc., in this folder. So it's already ready and prepared to go. So I open it up and you can see I've got all these things I'm going to put on the car. The bottom one says red to violet base. That's the base color I want to use. So I'm going to double click it and it opens up, and you can see at the top here on the left we have the template in a little window, and now we have that red to violet base color I've picked, and that's the one that's active right now. So that's what we see on our screen. If I want to see the template, I can click back on it. So I'm going to go back to this color, and over here on the right I can now left click this and I can move it around. Where do I want to move it? I want to move it onto the template. And when I move it on the template shows up. I move it back down to the template and I drop it. And there my base color is on there. But you might have noticed I lost some of the details on my car. That's because this layer that I just put on, this base color layer, red to violet, is covering up everything that's below it. So I don't see all those details. So I don't want that. I want to move this down so that this layer is right on top of the base layer, because that way it's going to cover up the base layer and then it's the next layer, and that's what I see. And now all the details on the car are back. So the way the program works is you're just putting layer after layer after layer on things. So if you put one layer that covers everything and you put it too high up in this list, it's going to cover everything. So you got to place them where you want them. So I'm putting my base layer, the color I want, the red purple, above the base layer that comes with the car. Now car patterns, I don't have to worry about that. We're not using any of these default car patterns. Now the next thing is I don't really want the purple at the front. I want the purple at the back. So I want to rotate this scheme 180 degrees. So I'm going to right click on it, go down to Tools, Transform Tools, Rotate, and now I get a little rotate box here, and I can put in the angle that I want. It's going to be 180, and I click the word rotate. And there we go. Red is at the front and the violet is at the back. Perfect. Now at this point, it might be a good idea to start saving our work. You want to save every once in a while because you know about programs freezing up and etc. So it's good to save your work if you've done a lot of work. So up to File, down to Save As, and Now I'm going to see a menu box that tells me I have a Ford Mustang Next Gen .xcf. XCF is the file extension that GIMP uses. So we're going to save it that way. And where are we going to save it? Well, I'm going to put it in here into my Reconnect folder. And I'm going to just check that I've got the right path to it and click it. And I've already got one there, so I'm just going to replace it for now. There we go. Now I want to go and export it. So I'm going to check export as. We have two file types. We have the GIMP file type, the XCF, which you're going to use if you have to load it back into GIMP to edit it. And we have the export file, and that's for exporting it, or sorry, I should say importing it into tradingpaints. So export as, another menu here. We've got the name of the car that we put in. It remembers that. It knows the folder. And we have to go down here to select file type by extension. And we have to make sure we select the TGA file. There it is. So I'll select that and export. And I've already got it, so I'll just replace it for now. Perfect. You might get a little menu that says this. I don't really know exactly what the difference is if you change things, so I ignore it. I just click export. Okay, at the bottom it just kind of flashed that it exported. Now, if I ever want to save again, I just go to File. I don't have to click Save As the next time. I'll just click Save because, as you can see at the top, it knows what it is. Same with exporting. It already is telling me that it can export to the file I've already done. So I don't have to use the Save As or the Export As the second time. I just use Save and export to the thing I'm working on. Easy as that. Now, you may have noticed over here that the rotate item icon is still highlighted. So if I clicked on my screen here anywhere on the template, it would think I wanted to rotate again, and I don't want to. So I'm going to go back and click the top one, which is the Move tool. Now I can move it around, but I'm not really doing that. If I were to leave it on rotate and then click to do something else, it would sort of automatically default and think I was rotating again, and I don't want that. So after each manipulation that you've done, it's a good idea to go back and just click on the Move tool. It kind of is like a reset for your next layer. At least that's what I've found to avoid confusion. If you make a mistake, and you will make mistakes, or the program will do something that you didn't expect it to do, you just go up to Edit and you click Undo, and it will undo the last thing you did, and it will remember and it'll undo and undo and undo if you did like 3 or 4 things in a row you want to undo. So if I wanted to undo that rotating the paint by 180 degrees, I can do it, but I don't want to, so I'm just going to ignore that for now. Okay, let's put on some more paint on our car. Let's add the next layer that's going to go on top of the base layer. So again, I'm going to open. It defaults to my pattern, and I want this thing here called Rainbow Swirl. That's the next layer I'm going to work on. So there it is. It added it to the top little bar here, and this is the active one. Here it is. This is the Rainbow Swirl that I'm talking about. And I'm going to put that on the car. I want the rainbow colors. I don't want the black. So I need to remove the black. So I'm going to do that by making the rainbow part and turning the whole image into like a transparent image. So I get rid of the black. Now, how do I do that? Very easy. I go over here to the right side where it says Rainbow Swirl, and I now right click it. And I go down, I make sure that Add Alpha Channel is selected. Right now it is selected, so I don't have to click anything. That's good. Now I go back over here to my toolbox, and I find this little thing that looks like a magic wand. And this is called the Fuzzy Select tool, and I click it. Now sometimes when you click it, it doesn't remember, so sometimes you have to click it twice just to get it to capture it for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, now it's captured. Now I go back to my image, and I click anywhere on the black part here. So I got to click up at the top, and you can see I got this little dotted line around here. This is the area that it's going to be removed. as soon as I press delete on the keyboard, which I'm going to do right now, and so you see I'm getting a transparent ping like PNG type image. Do the same thing at the bottom. Just click on it. It's kind of highlighted. Press delete. And there you go. I got rid of the black. Now I'm going to go over here to on the right to my rainbow swirl that I like. Drag it up to my template. Drag it back and drop it. Before I do anything else, it's still on fuzzy select up here at the left. So I'm going to click on the move icon. Now, where do I want to move it? I'm going to put it down on the lower panel of the car here, but it's too big right now. It's bigger than I want. I want a smaller version of this. So I'm going to right click, go down to Tools, Transform Tools, and I'm going to scale. So I'm scaling this image. There's a lot of handles around it. I'll just grab any handle and drag it and scale it to what I think is about the right size that I want, something like that. And then click the word scale. So now it's smaller. I can't see all of it because it's off the template. I only see a bit of it, but that's okay. I'll just move it over in a minute. But before I move it, it's on the scaling icon here. I want to click move. So it knows I'm moving, not scaling again. So I'm going to move this over and I'm going to put it over here somewhere. And that is about right. If it was too big or too small, I would just go back into scale and adjust it. Simple as that. Notice it's over here as a layer on top of my red and violet base layer, right? It's on top of it. Perfect. Now I'm going to add a sponsor logo. File, open, and the first logo I want to add is this one. Okay, there it is. This is the beverage company that's sponsoring my car. I want to put on the red lettering. I don't want the white background because that's going to show up on the car. How do I get rid of it? Okay. Go over here to the right side, right click, make sure you have add alpha channel selected. Go to your fuzzy select tool or the magic wand, come down, click on the white anywhere you want, press delete. Bingo. Just do it again for all these little areas that still have white in them. So I'm just clicking, pressing delete. Click, press delete. Click, delete, click, delete. I think I got them all. Now I'm going to go to the right side and drag that up to my template. Get the template, bring it down, drag and drop. There it is. Now, before I move it, click on the move icon. Now, I want to put it over here, but that's, of course, too big. So I'm going to have to make it smaller. So I right click on it, Tools, Transform Tools, and I'm going to scale it. I'm going to make it smaller. And I'm going to put it about like that. I think that's about right. I'm not completely sure. Go back, click on the move, and then we're going to move this down right about here. Now, if we're not sure exactly how the placement is, I can do a little zoom in. And to zoom in, I'm going to press Control, and then I'm going to use my mouse wheel. I'm going to scroll, and that allows me to zoom in and to zoom out. So I have to press Control to do that. Now, that looks about right. If I thought I wanted to make it a little smaller, I could go back to Transform Tools and Scale, make it a little smaller, because there are some contours on the car here and it might be wrapped over it, but we're not going to worry about that too much. Like I said, anything that doesn't look right after you finish painting your car, you can always go back into GIMP and edit it and then update it in Trading Paints. Okay, I'm just going to move this so it's about there. I know that the wheel well is a bit curved and it's curved up here, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I'm going to put, well, maybe I'll just put it down a little. Oh, now you see something moved that I didn't want to move because it didn't capture the right thing. So I go back here to edit and undo and put that back. Okay, sometimes it'll do that. I'm not sure why. It doesn't catch it. But anyways, I'm going to move that a little bit more over that way because I'm going to put another image over here. If I want to see what's going on in the rest of the template, I could just move the bar at the bottom or the bar here on the right side. Okay, so now I'm going to add a picture of my energy drink, which I think is this one. And yep, there it is. So again, it's got some white around it. I don't want that. So go over to the label on the right side. Alpha channel selected. That's good. Fuzzy wand. Click on the white and delete. Okay, excellent. There's a bit of white down here. Going to get rid of that. And I don't like the shadow here on the can, so I'm going to see what I can do about getting rid of that. See what that does. Okay, got rid of that part. And we're getting there. Okay. And there. And of course, you take your time with your graphics. You can make them look as nice as you want. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Now I'm going to drag it up to my template and back onto my template. And oh, that's way too big. So before we do any adjustments, remember, go back to move. Okay. Go back to move. Click on this. Tools, transform tools, scale. Now I can't get the scale handles at the top or the bottom, but I've got one here on the side, so that works just fine. And I want to make this about as big as I want. Make sure you click the word scale. Go back, click on the move tool, and then click on your image and drag it to where you want. I'm going to put it kind of right here with the above the Ford. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with one more. File, open. There we go. And again, we got some white on it. I don't want that. Alpha channel is selected. Fuzzy select or magic wand. Click on it, delete, and there we go. Perfect. Let's drag that onto our template and drop it. And that's pretty big too. Click on move. And then tools, transform, scale. And we'll shrink that one down about the right size. We're not too worried about being terribly precise. Click on the move tool, and then we'll put that one beside that one. Okay, so now we have finished the side of the car. I am just going to now zoom out. I can adjust these bars just so I can see full view of the car. There we go. Excellent. So we've done one of the side panels of the car. I might go over here, File, just click Save. It remembers it, and export to the one I'm working on. There we go. Perfect. Little message says it's exported. So we've saved our work up to this point. Now we want to have, in the case of these NASCAR cars, we usually have the same labels and sponsors on the other side of the car. So to do that, it's pretty easy. Let's go and start with the rainbow swirl. We put that on first. So I'm going to click on it on the right side, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go up to duplicate, and I've duplicated. Here's my original layer. Here's my duplicated layer. So now I'm going to move my duplicated layer onto this side. But you can see it's the wrong way around. It needs to be flipped. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click, go to tools, transform tools, and go down to flip. And then over here on the left, we can flip horizontal or vertical. I think we're going to flip vertical. So I'll leave it because it's checked here. Then go back to the image, click it. And there, that's the way it goes. Perfect. Now, go back, click your move tool. And now we're going to adjust this and move it into because it's not in the right spot. So we're going to just adjust that, put it down here a little bit. Did we get it right? And maybe a little up and over. That's approximately right. Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave that for now. A little bit of it shows up here and on the back bumper of the car, but don't worry about that. We can clean that up later. Okay, we're going to get our sponsor now. We have our Reconnect sponsor. Let's click on that, then right click it, duplicate. So there's our original, there's our duplicate. Let's click on that to move it and drag it up to the other side of the car. And we have to turn it around. So I'm going to Tools, Transform Tools, and Rotate. Again, I'm going to change this 180 degrees. Click Rotate. There it is. Before I try to move it, click on the Move. And then put it where you want it. And that's about right. Now there is the gas filler is right here, so it's going to cover up some of the lettering. But again, you can worry about those corrections and edits later on. We're just going to leave this the way it is for now. Okay, we have our bottles of the drinks. We're going to duplicate those. There's our original, there's the duplicate. And we should be able to just drag that up and put it sort of where we want it. And we're going to rotate that one too. Click the word rotate. There it is. Before you do anything, click that move icon. There it is. Perfect. And then we have our second bottle. So I clicked on it, left clicked, then I right click, duplicate. There's the original, there's the duplicate. And I'll drag that up. And we'll just put it approximately there. And we'll rotate that one. Click rotate. There it is. Go back, click the move icon. Okay, there we've done the two sides of the car. I am just going to go back and save and export. Beauty. Okay, now I'm going to work on the hood of the car. Now it is red, and I like the red, and the red's kind of on the sides, but I am going to put in a different kind of color on that. I have something I like here. I'm going to open, and I have something I call hood red. So I'm going to click on that. And the hood red is still red, kind of reddy orange. It's kind of a geometric kind of shape. It's kind of cool. And again, I'm going to drag that one over to my template and put it on. And you can see that it has covered over everything. Don't panic. It's okay. Remember, it's a layer on top of all these other layers, so it's going to cover everything. But I only want it on the hood. So what can I do? Right click, Tools, Transform Tools, Scale it. Just make it smaller. Now I can't even see a handle on here, so I'm going to have to zoom out. Press Control and use your mouse wheel to zoom out. Now let's drag a handle down, make it about the size of the hood. It's about that size. Click Scale. Of course, now we can't see it, but don't panic. Click the move icon, drag it back onto your image, onto your template, and then press Control and zoom back in so we can see it. So how's the placement here? Not bad. Let's just adjust it by moving it a little bit. We'll just move it like that. And that's about right. There we go. So we'll just leave it like that. Some of it has overlapped onto the little panels beside the rear window. Again, I kind of like it. It looks good to me. But if you don't like it, you can come back and change the color of these to whatever you want. But I'm just going to leave that like that. Okay, next, I'm going to put a logo on the front of the hood. So I've got a logo for that. File, open. And that would be my second one, I believe. Let's try it. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to put on the hood. And again, I don't want the white background, so I'm going to come over here to the right side, right click. Add alpha channel is selected. That's good. Select the fuzzy select or the magic wand. Again, sometimes you have to click it twice for it to capture it. Come back to the white, click anywhere in the white, and then press delete, and it's done. Now I just have to do a little cleanup here. Just give me a moment. Click, delete, click, delete, click, delete, because I'm still on the fuzzy tool. Click, delete, click and delete, click and delete, click, delete, click, delete, click, delete. Okay, I think I got them all. Going to get it on the right, left click, drag it out to my template, and drop it back down here. And there it is. Click on the move icon again. There it is. But I want to rotate it counterclockwise. So I'm going to right click, go to Tools, Transform Tools, Rotate, and in my little box for the angle, I'm going to click negative 90. Negative 90 is counterclockwise. Click Rotate. There it is. Go back and click the Move. Go back down on the sponsor label. We're going to resize it. Something like that. We're just being approximate right now. Click the Move icon so we can move it around. And we'll put it right there for now. There are some other details on the hood that maybe this is going to look funny with, but we'll just leave it there for now. Okay, let's go up and do the front of the car and the rear of the car. Okay, for the front of the car, it's this red color, and it's kind of this geometric red color. So I want to keep that same color. So I'm going to go over here on the right side where it says hood, and it's red. Left click it. Now right click it, duplicate it. So now I have the original and the copy. The copy is right here. I'm moving that up to the front of my car. And we'll just place it so it's on the front. And voila, there it is. The front of the car is now the same red as well as these bars right here. Now, and if I wanted to, I could put some small stickers on the front of the car too. Now I'm going to work on the back of the car. For the back of the car, I'm going to open a layer I have for the back. I have something called rear purple. So I'm going to open that up. And you can see it's kind of a geometrically purple color too. And I'm going to drag that over to my template and drop it. And okay, it's too big right now. So I'm going to right click it, go to Tools, Transform Tools, Scale, and we'll just make that a little smaller so it fits kind of the size of the rear of the car. Click Scale, go back, click on the Move tool, and we'll grab that particular layer and we'll put it right on the back of the car here. And let's see, that's about right. I'm going to move it down. Looks like I have to scale it a little bit because a little bit of red over here showing. So let me just quickly adjust that a little bit. Okay, scale, and that's perfect. Okay, so that's what I want. But I'm going to put a little bit more graphics on the back. I'm going to go now to my file and open. And I have something called a, if I can find it here, a rear swirl. So I'm going to open that. There it is. Now I don't want to put all this. I just kind of want the swirl. So I'm going to go here to the right side and right click it. And oh, this time the alpha channel was not selected. So I'm going to click it to select it. Click my fuzzy tool. And I don't really want the orange part here. So I'm going to click over here in the orange and get rid of that. Oh, it's left me with kind of an orangey ball and some specks. You know what? Just by chance, I kind of like that. So I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to now left click and then drag it over to my template, put it on, and oh, it's way too big. It's way, way too big. So let's scale that. Let's go to the move first. Now we right click, tools, transform, and scale. And I can't even see a handle here, so I'm going to press Control and zoom out. Let's just do that and make it about that size for now. Click the word scale, click on the move. Now it's way down here. We can't see it, but it's highlighted. We can bring it up, and it's not the right size yet, but we'll have to zoom in on this area on the rear bumper to kind of pick what we want to do. Okay, well, you know what? That's not too bad. Maybe I'll lower it a little bit, and I will just retain a little bit of the purple at the sides. And I've sort of got some of these little speckles, and I've got a little bit of the swirl. So, hey, that's not too bad. I'm going to put a sponsor label on that. My third sponsor label. And there it is. Again, I don't want the white background. Alpha channel, good. Magic wand, fuzzy select, click on the white, press delete. Just do that for all the little other white spots. Click, delete, click, delete, and click, delete. Okay, let's bring that onto our template. There we go. And it's too big right now. All right, let's scale this down a little bit. There we go. Approximately, press the word scale, back to move. Okay, and we're going to click that and put that up there. It's a little too big still. Transform, scale, and there we go. That's a bit better. Make sure we're on move. Oh, no, captured the wrong one. And move it to the center. There, that's not too bad. Okay, we have finished our car paint. I'm going to zoom out so we can see the whole thing. And we can square it up. Looks pretty good. That's the way I want it for now. I'm going to save this and export it. Oh, but you remember what I said before, I've got my number blocks still showing, so I have to get rid of that. But also, maybe I want to change the color of my pit board or add a sponsor to my pit board. So I can do that as well. So if I go up to pit board, here it is, click there. So the next layer I bring into the paint will go on top of pit board. And I can then adjust its size to fit on the pit board. So maybe I'll make it the same red color as before that I had on the hood. So I'll drag it in to the template and drop it. Of course, it's going to cover everything up because it's a layer on the top, but that's okay. I'm just going to scale it down. Transform tools, scale, and oh, I can't see it, so I'll have to shrink this a bit. Control on the mouse wheel, and now just drag this down, make it small. Click the word scale. Back to move tool. Back over here, that's still way too big, but we can adjust it. I'm going to press control and use the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in. And what we'll do is we'll keep on scaling this until we get the right size. Okay, let's see here. Oh, it's going off the screen again. I'll scale it, move it. Let's adjust again. There it is. We're going to move. Okay, so it's still a bit too big. Let's scale and adjust. Okay, approximately. Move tool. Let's zoom in to see. Okay, move tool. Okay, it's just a little bit too small. Transform, scale, make it a little bigger. There we go. And that's good, but you notice it doesn't fit the whole box, and I can't drag one side or another. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to duplicate it and just move it down. So click on move just to make sure. And then up here above pit board, we're going to right click and duplicate. There's the original, there's the duplicate. And now the duplicate, I'm just going to move it down, line it up. There we go. And now we have a red pit board. If I want to put a sponsor logo down here, I can do that as well. Okay, I'm going to go up here to my turn off before exporting TGA, and I'm going to turn off the number blocks because I turned that one on. Okay, now I will resize, press Control, use your mouse wheel. You can use these bars at the bottom and the right side to see the full view of it. Don't worry about when you're saving. If you see the dotted line around here, that's not going to show up in on your paint. That's just referencing which thing is actually highlighted in your list at the moment. Okay, so that's our paint. Let's click File and Save. So that gives us our GIMP file, which ends in the extension .xcf. So if we have to, at a later time, reopen this file to make changes, to edit things, we can. We just open up that XCF file, and then we're going to also create our TGA file, and that is what we're going to import into Trading Paints. And that will be our next step. All right, our next step is loading the paint into Trading Paints. And again, you need to have a Trading Paints Pro license to do this. So we're going to click Upload. We're going to upload a paint. We have to select the paint file. So we're going to click that. And we have to go find our folder that it's in. I have a lot of folders because I paint a lot of cars. There it is. And we're looking for the TGA file. The TGA file. The other file that you might see in your folder is the full file to load back into GIMP if you need to make changes or corrections to your paint. For Trading Paints, we're using the TGA file. So I'll double click that. Do I want it for me or the community? I usually pick the community. Okay, and there it's loaded up and it says that it's ready. And tell us about your paint. Okay, this is going to be for the next gen Ford Mustang. I'll just say here that it's sponsored by Reconnect Energy Drinks. Okay, there we go. And you can put other information there if you want. This is a sim stamp number. In other words, the iRacing sim is going to put the number on it, and we'll just go through that quickly at the end. If you get it to the advanced version of painting, you can make a custom number in which the number you put on the car will remain on the car and it won't be overwritten by anything that iRacing does. Images, well, we don't have an image of our car yet. I guess we could have taken a picture of our template and put it here, but some people do that, but I don't really do that. I don't have anything. So what I do here is I click select and I put in something temporary. So I have a work in progress until I have the final version of my car ready and I want people to actually see it. So I just put work in progress. Okay, number font, number colors, the rim color of the wheel and the style. Again, we're going to select things in iRacing and we can come back and edit this file and put in the colors that we've chosen. So we can do that later. So we'll leave it public. You can make it unlisted or you can have people ask for permission to use it and race it. And if you want comments on it, that's fine. So add paint to showroom. And there it is. Woohoo! There it's been put up. And now we don't see anything. So if anybody clicks on this right now, they're going to see that this is a work in progress. You should click favorite so that it's in your favorites folder so you can come back to it and find it easily when you need to edit it. Edit buttons over here. If you don't do that, it's okay because you can just search for your paints by your name. I would just search John H. and it would show me all the different things that I've painted. Now I'm going to click Race this paint because I want to see what it looks like in iRacing. So I'll click iRacing, Race this paint, and that puts it in iRacing, confirm it, and close this. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to iRacing, and we'll come back to uh, Trading Paints after we've seen the car in iRacing, and we can upload a proper picture of it, etc. We're just going to go to iRacing and make sure that the paint looks okay. So we'll do that next. So you can see here that the paint scheme has been loaded into Trading Paints. And if we look at it closely, we can see that, well, our logo is not quite where we want it. It's cut off a little bit by the wheel well. So we're going to have to go back into GIMP and correct that. The side looks okay. The front, it's not bad. We could probably align that a little bit better. Again, the logo on the side is not great. The back doesn't look too bad. That looks pretty good. So there it is. We have selected the following font and style and colors for the number, and the black matte wheels is fine, but you can change that. I'm sure you're very familiar with doing that in iRacing. I've just picked some abstract colors here that look kind of nice for the energy drinks, and that's basically it. So if we need to go back into uh, GIMP and make some changes, we can do that. But I'm not going to do that in this video. What I'm going to do though is I am going to take a screenshot of that. There we go. And then I will go back into Trading Paints and I will upload that screenshot into my file so people can see what the car looks like and decide if they want to drive it. Okay, we'll just do that and then the video will be done. And our final step, we're back in Trading Paints and we're going to click Edit. And we're going to go down here to our picture. We're going to select our car picture now. And we can delete the work in progress. And then we want to go down here and put in what we put. But the person who drives the car can decide whatever they want here. I had kind of a greenish color. I'm not going to get the exact hex code. I'm not worried about that. And I had a yellowish color. And what was this, a red color? And rim color was just the matte black. There we go. So you can put this in so it matches what you did in the picture, but the person, because it's a sim stamped race car, they can set whatever they want. Let's update the paint. And there we see, there it is, a nice picture of it. We're racing it. As I say, we're not quite happy with this. We're going to go back into GIMP and make some changes before we put the final product out there. I could go into my paints and when I'm racing, scroll down to this car. If I can find it, there it is, and click on it. And you can see that it's a sim stamp number car, and there's our template that we've just finished for the car. So there you go. That's the GIMP basics for painting a NASCAR or any car in iRacing. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.